So I'm going to get started here, okay? Because I want to be respectful. Yes, that's right. Each and every one of you guys should subscribe to each other. Why not? You guys have more in common than you know, right? So, like I said, we're gonna get this party started, okay? Because I want to be respectful of everybody's time, okay? And so I'm Margaret Williams, okay? I help women who have been marginalized elevate their voices, stop surviving power systems, and start leading with freedom, influence, and authority. Okay? Um, there's a multitude of lives going on right now. Could be five, six, eight. We can't worry about that. Okay? We're just gonna go with what we have today. Okay? And people can catch the replay if they want. Okay? So I'm here. I wanted to talk to you guys today. I said about community development and give you an update. Hi, Daniel. How are you doing? Good to see you. You said from Maitland, Florida. Okay, great. I am from Ala- Anchorage, Alaska. That's where I'm at today. That's not where I'm from. Okay, but that's where I live right now. Okay? And if you guys want to say where you're from, that's great. If you don't, it's all good. Okay? It's all good. And welcome again, Daniel. We're happy to have you and everyone else here today. So, I'm gonna start off with some truth, okay? Um, I've been on Substack since November 24, okay? And I got on Substack. I remember it was before Thanksgiving, okay? And at that time, I said, I'm gonna come to Substack because I wanna write. I wanna tell my story. Truth, yes! Girl, you know it. You know it. Absolutely. So I'm like, okay, I know I had a story that needed to be told. Okay, not just for me to be able to heal, but also for me to help other people. Okay? So I'm like, well, I have a lot of baggage that I was carrying around at that time, right? And I said, well, in order to help other people, I need to rid myself of some of these things, right? Because I knew I had a mother wound and I have a father wound too. I got a family wound. Okay. So I was like Linus, he's carrying his cloud around with him. Yeah, that cloud was following me wherever I went. Okay. Even though I tried to deaden the pain, okay? I tried to deaden the pain by blocking it out like it didn't exist, I was like, oh no, it's not, it doesn't exist. It's me. It's me. But all that time I'm carrying all this stuff within my body. Okay. Hi, Gareth. And so I was only fooling myself. Okay. Because everybody else seen that I had issues. Okay. So the crux of the story is everybody can see us for who we are except for ourselves. Right. So because we know there's a lot of people refuse to look in the mirror to admit that the fault of the things that's happening to them in their lives is their own fault, their own doing. Okay? So, so instead of pointing the finger, it's you, it's you, and you, point it backwards and say, look in the mirror. Okay? Look in the mirror. Because if the things that are happening to you in your life, okay, and they keep occurring, they keep reoccurring, then we need to look inward, not outward, okay? Because then if you want some truth, you can go up there and talk to Sally and say, Sally, uh, what's wrong with me? What is your issue with me. She's gonna say, no, my issue is with you because you don't know how to talk to people. You talk to people disrespectful. And then you expect when you ask for something, right? That you want me to stop doing what I'm doing and come to your aid. Well, it don't work that way. Some people you can't make them understand that. Okay? Yes, we become defensive and reactive. And what is the result of this? It's not good. Okay? Because if you act defensive and reactive uh, to me, that shows what are you guilty about? What are you feeling inadequate for? Have you done something wrong that you want to come clean about? Okay? Because in a normal conversation, when you come in to talk to somebody to give them some uh, constructive criticism, they shouldn't have nothing to say other than, okay, let's sit down and talk and see what the issue is. Okay, so we can resolve it. But if a person is just going to jump up and get defensive and then start attacking you, then you really like, oh, this person got some serious problems. I don't think I want to talk to this person anymore. I wouldn't. I was like, okay, baby, I'll talk to you later. And when they turn around, they'll be blocked. Okay? They'll be blocked because I don't have time for the bullshit. Flat out. You're going to act ignorant and you're going to be disrespectful, okay, and try to bring me down, then we have no conversation because we are not in alignment. That's what that means. You don't have to tell the person nothing. You can just say, okay, I'll talk to you later, cut their asses off and keep moving. That's what I've been doing, okay? And with that being said, I have close to 100 people on my block list, okay? And that's the reason I did that is because that's the only way I've been able to find peace, okay? Because every time you turn around, somebody come to your DMs and say, oh, this drama this and drama that. What that shit got to do with me? What's that got to do with the price of coffee today? Not a damn thing. So don't bring that shit over here. You take it back. That don't belong to me. So instead of keep having the same conversation with the same people, I cut their asses off, period. So I'm a little shy than 100, but you cut off as many people as you need to maintain your peace and your boundaries. Because a lot of people don't understand what boundaries is. So since they don't understand what it is and how to spell it, I'm going to show you instead. And with that being said, if you come over here with some mess, like I told somebody else, I am not somebody to be messed with. Okay? So a lot of times people, they like, hee. Okay, you want to laugh at it? Okay, fine. You can go laugh and play games over there with whoever you dealing with. But I'm not the one. Okay? We have to show people who we are, because people take kindness for weakness. You're nice and you try to be hospitable and everything. And then people just come and just like, they're going to try to run roughshod on you and bully you and say, no, you're going to do this. No, I'm not doing nothing. You get out of my face. No, I don't have to tell them nothing because I done blocked them already. Once I block you, there is no more coming. There's no coming back. Okay? There is no conversation ever, ever. So you can go and put that lame stuff that you've tried to run on somebody else because you're not running it here. It's over. Okay? So I wanted to mention that up front because we are all building these communities, okay? And so I've heard things from other people. That's why my chat is closed, okay? Unless I start a thread, okay? Because it's been mess going on, different publications, and people acting out and acting stupid, okay? And people coming for me in the notes. You can come for me all you want, but you're not going to invoke me to anger. You're just going to be another person on my block list. Next. because I am not dealing with it. You're not taking me where I want to go. If you're not taking me where I want to go, we go there together, then you can go and harass somebody else. I wouldn't say harass anybody else, but miserable people like that that hate themselves, they will just go look for another victim because they're so empty inside. They want to make sure. Who was that? That was the Beatles. They came out with that song, Strawberry Fields Forever. Take me down because I'm going too. No, that's bullshit. You go down by yourself. I'm not going down with you. Period. So if you got to cut, like I said, I cut my whole family off. So I don't have no problems with cutting anybody off. I don't care who you are. So don't come over here with no mess and it won't be none. Okay? Because I'm not taking none most from nobody. Okay? So how I decide who to cut off? Okay? Pattern recognition. Okay? The people that's bringing the mess over here, I'm looking at say, okay, this person is connected to this person, is connected to this person, is connected to this person. So they all got to go. I used to work for the government. The government said, sacrifice the few to save the many. And we have to have the same attitude. We are here to do the work we were called to do. And we can't let nobody stand in our way. Period. Zero tolerance for disrespect. Zero tolerance for the bullshit. So don't bring that shit over here. Okay? Period. So the reason I'm saying that is because this morning I restacked one of my posts. Okay? About the keeping your inner circle small. Okay? And that's the reason I'm telling you that. People will come over just to rattle your cage, just to throw you off just a little bit, and you'll be like, what the hell was I working on? I forgot. People do that shit on purpose to take you off your mission. I'm telling you. The devil is busy. We know that. When we look at the government, I can't keep track. Okay? I report something to you guys, and 10 minutes later, something else. How many more? How much more? I can't take it, really. And I can never be a political correspondent. I bless their heart. But it's like you need one of those ticker things and just like how many of these things going to be happening on a daily basis? It's just too much. I can't keep track, and it throws us off our path, and it just keeps us frustrated, you- all this anxiety, and like, Lord, what am I gonna do? We're gonna live today and worry about tomorrow, okay? Because if we keep getting ourselves upset on every little issue, I'm telling myself that too. I should start with myself, okay? We'll be crazy as a Betsy bug, okay? It's just too damn much. Tell me if I'm wrong. I can look in Substack. There's going to be at least 20 or 30 articles about what Trump has done and what he hasn't done. I cannot keep track. That's why I retired from the government. Now I'm being sucked back into this political uh, thing, okay? We all are because we have to know what's going on. But it's too damn much. Can you just roll it up and give us a summary? Okay, it might be 20 issues. Like, okay, this is what happened. Then we can figure out, okay, which one of these is so important that I have to work on today, right now. Okay. Then they was talking about the student loans. I got fired up. I'm like, okay, I owe you $90,000. That's not even including the interest. Okay, that's continuing to pile up. Okay, so with all this being said, people, yesterday I was fortunate enough to attend Veronica Loriker Smith. She had a business roundtable. Okay. And so I'm like, she said, Margaret, you coming? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now that's late for me because, that's my nap time. But I like, okay, I'm going to make it. And I'm glad I did because each and every one at that roundtable were talking about their challenges and things that they faced when they first came to Substack. Okay. and how they figured out what it was that they were supposed to do, and to be able to help and develop and nurture and cultivate these relationships so they can rise and elevate themselves. We just like pass the baton on you guys and say, hey, here, I'm tired. Y'all take over from here. Okay. So I'm like, I had developed this, what do you call it? Inner circle. Okay. And a while ago, I just didn't do anything with it. I just kept, with all the content. So I see more and more of you guys developing your communities. And that's a wonderful thing. Every day I'm thinking to myself, what can I add that bring my subscribers and the people that follow me, okay, some value. Okay. So I had this inner circle and I started looking at it today again. And I'm like, yeah, I can do this. And so you try to figure out, okay, how can I got really motivated and inspired from Veronica's leadership roundtable. So I'm like, this is what I can do. Um, Being a leadership coach, um, I have each and every one of us have this mailing list. You have these stars from 1 to 5, and I'm like, okay, we're all trying to get more paid subscribers and free subscribers. I can offer something to the people that that faithfully read and listen to my content. Those are the 5 stars. Those are the people that I should be offering something for free as a part of my appreciation for your believing in me and 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 watching my stuff on a regular basis. That's the 5 star. Anytime something comes, you're on it. Okay, 5 stars. They deserve something, and I suggest all of you guys look at that too. Okay, these are my faithful people. What can I give them? So I want to start this pilot program. Okay. And I also have paid subscribers. I am blessed to have these paid subscribers, okay, and free and followers, okay? Because the whole goal is once you get the followers, how can I turn them into paid subscribers? Okay? I want to skip go having the we want to skip the middle step. The middle step is to come free. I want you to go from follower to paid. Period. That's what we want. Uh that's what we shoot for. And if we get something in between, okay, all right. Don't start down here, start up here. This is what I want. Okay, this is about the laws of attraction, right? Okay, so those are the ones I reach out to. I'm like, I'm gonna offer you this. Right now, I said 30 days. Okay, I'm gonna start this because, being honest, I think my style is non-traditional. Okay, most people are talking. We do the notes, and then people cultivate inside the publication. Well, I do the opposite. I'm nurturing and cultivating in notes. Okay, whatever works. Okay, it's working, so I'm gonna keep doing that. So in the meantime, my chat is dead. Okay, so I just hope you guys know I can't do both. I can't do both. So if I have a preference, I'm gonna stay in the notes. Okay. But and then I feel bad because I got these paid subscribers and I'm not giving them nothing extra. I did offer my services, okay? I did offer that. Nobody took me up on my offer. So I'm like, okay, they probably just fine just contributing, and that's fine because I had paid subscriptions once upon a time when I had a few dollars. Okay, and a lot of times I didn't use the services. I just liked the individual so much that I just wanted to contribute to what they were building because I felt I was a part of that. Okay, so I gotta give people something. Okay, I don't want to do more work. I want like we got to work smarter, not harder. Okay. So what this inner circle, okay, is to bring people together. Okay, because we're doing this in the notes anyway. So how can we do it on a more serious level? Okay, that's why I wanted to establish this trust, rapport, and psychological safety up front. to let people know up front what the rules are. Okay, because if you don't abide by the rules, there's zero tolerance. If you are disrespectful or anything to people, and I get a whiff of it, you got to go. Period. I don't care if you paid or not. I've returned paid subscribers their money. Okay, your money don't mean nothing to me. What means something to me is the value that you're bringing to the table. Okay, so I'm going to have a small group. I want to start off with a small, intimate group, 8 to 10 people. Okay, so half paid subscribers. They get in for free anyway. Okay, whatever I'm doing because they paid. Okay, so I figured that's cool. Then we can come together. Okay, we can every month we can have a specific topic. Okay, we can go over that and we can create this leadership roadmap, which I had done before, but it's going to be on indi- it's going to be on a personalized level where we sit down, we have a pre-meeting, figure out what it is that you want to create or what you want to do in that first 6 months or whatever. Because whatever we do, we need to have a plan. Okay? What do you want? What are the steps we're going to take to get there? Okay, and what part are you going to play in that process? And we're going to sit down and look at, okay, this is where you were when we first started working together. We've been working together now for a month or so. Where you see do you see any improvements? And we can adjust the plan accordingly. Okay, and we can all come together, do some brainstorming on particular issues together as a team and say, hey, this is what I'm facing at this particular time. And, just to be able to vent and get that out is really healing in itself. Just to have somebody to hold safe space for you. That's why I'm not allowing no mess over here. Okay, we over here, we trying to learn and grow, and we are not gonna have any dissension or drama because they will be gone. Period. Okay, and so to have something like this where we can sit down and talk about different issues like we do in the chat. Okay, we could just make it much more personalized where we all come together and then you know we building each other up as well. You're getting to know each other. Maybe you decide to write an article together. You might decide to write a book together, do some other kind of collaboration. This is where the rubber meets the road, where we're building each other up. What we're doing is building trust and rapport from the bottom. That's the foundation of any relationship. Okay, being able to put my military training, my organizational psychology, uh and my coaching and my mentoring, being able to put it all together to help you guys to be where you want to be. Okay, and then at the end of the session we can do uh like a post survey, and that's why feedback is so important. Okay, because we need to know where the gaps is from where we were to where we want to be and to where we actually are. And without data, we don't know our head from a hole in the ground. Okay? So then we do a post survey and see, okay, where are the gaps at? And so where do we want to go within the next three to 6 months to get to where we want to go? And then, you know, we have these quarterly sessions like, okay, this is where I was stuck. Okay. How do you think you got stuck like that? And what do you think the solution may be? Okay. We have to do quarterly. The quarterly rhythm would include review, access, and recalibration. Okay. So feedback is three feedback inputs. Okay. We're looking at a self assessment. Okay, coaching read, and terrain feedback, because our environment that we find ourselves in impacts us in ways we may not necessarily realize. Just by changing your environment, a lot of times you change your circumstances, you change your world. Okay? So We need to be able to, like in the government, we used to have after action report, okay, which is basically like lessons learned. At the end, we want to see what lessons did you learn, okay? How do you think the program can be improved, okay? How do you see this going forward? And what this would do, it will not only help you individually, it'll help you also become a better leader as far as teams, okay, team dynamics, okay. And but you got to be willing to do the work. And if somebody gonna come into this free program and they're not gonna do the work, you're gonna be kicked out. Period. We don't want people that's not going to roll up their sleeve and do the work. If you're not about that, then there's no need to be in over here. No need to be here at all. Okay. And in this process, we have to figure out how you're going to hold yourself accountable during this 30 or 60 days. Okay. I'm not here for no hand holding. Okay. My daughter's grown. Okay, it's not about that. Now, if you need a little assistance or whatever, that's different. You need some, advice or uh, have a question. But you got to roll up your sleeve and do the work because everybody's coming into the program. Like I said, it's a pilot. It's going to be a pilot program. Okay, and then at the end, we're going to see how you benefited. How can it be improved? Okay, so then the next iteration of people that that gets involved, okay, then we set everybody up for success. So I figured this is a good option, okay? And so we have to talk about what your role is going to be, what your responsibilities, and we talk about also expectations. Okay? We know that people are going to have something to negative to say. Okay, fine. Okay? Hey Sarah, how you doing? So I'm thinking during this process, we're all learning and growing together. Okay. That's why we have these conversations. If necessary, if we want, we can also, afterwards, we can convert to a mastermind. Okay. But we got to start somewhere. Okay. And this is what I'm proposing for paid subscribers, get in for free. Okay. And I'm going to choose. My 5 star, so many 5 stars that contribute to me consistently. Okay, this is a way to nurture and cultivate people to become from follower to free, from free to paid. Okay, so on and so forth. This is the roadmap that I have outlined. Okay, because being a visual person, I'm like, what does this look like? Okay, and analyze it and everything. It's not going to be, nothing is going to be 100%. Okay, we have to do the work, and I've laid this out. And what I plan to do is to incorporate the inner circle within the empowered leader. Okay, because I see you can do that. You can have different types of offerings or whatever within your main publication. I don't have to create a second publication. I'm not interested in starting a second publication. Not me. Okay, I have enough with the one. Okay, so I'm going to incorporate the empowered leader inner circle within there, and everything is going to be outlined. And does anybody have any questions? Because I know you guys are doing a lot of things and I want to help you in the process. And a lot of you guys, I know, when you come to the lives and then we communicating in the notes. And so I'll be looking for you guys. So that's a way to also nurture uh, subscribers to become even more loyal to us. Okay, we have to give them certain things because you see all these publications out there, and okay, people might leave me and go to another leadership thing. A lot of us do a lot of different things. So what sets you apart from everybody else? Okay, because most people, they come in with their hand out. I don't hear you and I don't see you. Period. If you're not bringing something, that's the problem. People want a free handout. There's no free handouts. I never got any free handouts. Okay? I had to work for everything I got. No, it was no free rides either. And besides, somebody tell you it's free, I will question that. That's a red flag for me. Free? It sounds too good to be true. That's because I'm not a baby boomer. I was born Generation Jones, the same one with Obama, President Obama. We both Generation Jones. Okay, and so what can we do? How can we use our skills and gifts and expertise to help the people that we serve? Okay, if we don't if we don't give anything back, how do we expect to get anything? And that's the thing. People don't want to give up nothing and they want everything for themselves. Well, that don't work over here. You can take that somewhere else. Okay. If you want something, you got to bring something. Okay. And you got to work for it. There's no free handouts. Okay. Period. So I'm going to work on putting this into the publication, like I said, and I want to get this started with 8 to 10 people. It's a pilot program. It's free, okay? So it's designed to help each and every one of us, okay? Because we working this together, and then you might come up with ideas. Well, I can do this with my community, so it's benefiting you. You working in it, you're going to benefit. The people you serve is going to benefit. I'm going to benefit. We all win. That's what this is about, a win-win. Okay? And at the end, look what you will have accomplished. Okay? Do I have time for it? No, not really. But each and every one of you take out your time when you hear the notification going off. You're here for me. So I want to be able to give back. Okay? We're writing our legacy every day. How you want to be remembered? Okay? How do you want to be remembered? What type of impact do you want to make? And what are you willing to sacrifice for the success that you want? Okay? You got to work for it. It's not going to fall out the sky. And so these are the things that we are going to be developing as leaders. These are some of the conversations that we're going to have on a on this pilot program. So when I'm done with the pilot program, I will have captured all of this data to show how this program is going to help people. And at the end, I'm like, as a result, I'm asking you for a testimonial. Okay? And that's proof of what we bring. We got to do the same thing. And they're going to say, well, what's in it for me? I'm like, these individuals, these 10 people went through the program and this is what they had to say. Okay? Boom. And then from there, it's going to become paid. Okay? Not to the paid subscribers, because this is going to be free to them because they've already paid. I'm not looking for them to pay twice. Okay? It's going to be paid for anybody that's not a paid subscriber. And this is how we have to run it. A lot of people do theirs for free. That's them. I have I didn't get all of this degree certifications for nothing. It's a cost associated with it. So I can get a return on my investment. And those are not willing to pay, you don't have to pay. You can go somewhere else. Because I look at all those paid, I look at people, they got all these paid subscriptions. Okay, that's fine. I applaud you. And I have paid subscribers too. And I want to bring them more value and more value to my free subscribers because there's so many other publications out there. They don't have to subscribe to me. They don't have to subscribe to you. So what sets you apart from them? Okay. And I want to bring more value to you. I always think about that. How can I bring you more value? And this I feel can work. We don't know. Okay. I never did this before. I worked in leadership. I worked with the government for 39 years. So how can we utilize the skills and knowledge that we already have to elevate ourselves and others? And we have to keep coming up with things to do, okay? Because you see how the world is going, and the government is giving us less and less and less, which means we have to figure out how we're going to make ends meet, okay? For those that can afford to give their services and everything for free, I applaud you. Well, this is a monetization. This is how I'm going to supplement my income, okay? Because they talking about, we never know. They might cut our Social Security, even though it was our money. If they decide to do it, what we gonna do about it? We're gonna figure out how to fill the gap between our bills and try to make up the difference. Okay? And this is how I'm going to do it. But I wanted to do it the right way. And so we got the measurements, the feedback, the accountability systems. We want to give you something, a personalized system where then you can come together with the group and talk about any problems or issues that you have, and we can help each other figure it out during these sessions as we cultivate and nurture these relationships that can become fruitful for us all in the end. So so this is what the plan is that I am going forth with. And I just wanted to share that with you because I appreciate each and every one of you guys for participating and being with me during these times. Okay. And this is how I feel I can give back. Okay. And that's what I want to do. I encourage each of you come up with something similar. Maybe you can do something, a pilot program or whatever you feel. If you're a poet or something else, if you sit down and think about it, take a step back, each and every one of us can develop similar type of programs to build and develop our community, which is going to help elevate each and every one of you and the world. Okay. And that's where we at today. We have to take the bull by the horns, okay? We can't wait for others. We have to do it ourselves. We see that, okay? We have to take it and do it ourselves. That way, nobody can come back and say that you owe them anything. No, I built this, blood, sweat, and tears. So they shouldn't have nothing to say. But people are going to have something to say regardless, okay? Figure out what your FAQs is, figure out everything you can, and you can modify the plan along the way, okay? And so that's where we at today. Anybody have any questions? Again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm not perfect and I'm not trying to be, and neither should you. And that's the reason why most coaches fail, okay? Is because they want to wait till it's ready or wait there is no time. Get up, start putting it together, and try it. So you fail. You're still closer than what you were without even trying nothing. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, what lesson did I learn from that? What can I do differently? And let's go. Okay, we have to continue to look at life that way, look at our business that way, look at every situation that way. Don't beat yourself up because that's not helping you or anybody else. Keep going, keep going. And before you know it, you'll have the program down so packed, you probably have over 500 or whatever people within your community working within this ecosystem that you're building. Okay, because the world is constantly changing, and that's okay. But we can modify along the way. Remember that. But you got to get started because every day you delay, it's not helping anybody, not even yourself. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Maybe I shouldn't give this girl's story away, but anyway, this girl, she was walking down the street, and I was looking at her dog, and I'm like, she had sunglasses on the dog. Okay, It looked like Oakleys. I used to wear the Oakleys when I was in Iraq because they keep all the dust and everything out your eyes. Anyway, her dog had on glasses. I'm like, girl, what's going on? I said, you can make money with that. You can come out with your own uh sunglass brand deal. You can hook up with Oakley maybe or something and make sunglasses for dogs. Okay. He was looking fly with those sunglasses on. I'm like, dang, okay. And she told me, she said, Margaret, that's a good idea. She didn't know my name. Okay. She didn't need to know my name. Okay. She said, that's a good idea. She said, I'll be able to supplement my income. She said, but how am I gonna get somebody to work for me? Hire somebody. I hired somebody off of Fiverr. Okay. You can hire somebody off of LinkedIn. I'm just saying. People in Pakistan and all these different countries be contacting me like, oh, can I work for you? I'm like, baby, I ain't got no money. Okay. But anyway, I'm just saying, if there's a will, there's a way to do anything you want to do. Only person that's stopping you is yourself. Remember that. Look in the mirror. Don't be pointing the finger outward. Look in the mirror and say, it's me. The change starts with you. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Remember that. Okay? Just because things might look shitty right now, it's not going to be that way always. And all of these challenges we face really are good because it's making us to get out of our comfort zone. Okay? And that's when the magic happens. If you're sitting back and just being comfortable and you just going through the motion, are you growing? Are you learning? Are you growing? How do you feel about the stagnation? Can you feel the stagnation in your body? Do you see any growth in your community, uh in the data that you're seeing? We gotta stop. We gotta stop avoiding. We gotta start looking in the mirror and facing the truth of who we are. How do you expect to become the person you want to be if you can't do that? If you can't even look in the mirror, that's not good. Look in the mirror and say, this is who I am, and I don't like it. And this is what I'm going to do to change it. Okay? That's what we have to be about. Okay? And this is what I'm looking at. Is it, yeah, and this circle is going to be based on the three pillars. My three pillars that I set for Elevation 2026. Okay? Liberation, visibility, and transformation. What does that look like for each of you? Do you have pillars set up based on this ecosystem that you're trying to create? All the material that you create should be based on all of these things and have a monthly theme so you can keep people on track. Okay? Even the construction of the notes is in the same way. We need to be consistent across the board. Consistency builds trust. If you're not consistent, you come in one day and come in a different way tomorrow. I will question that. Like, who am I looking at today? Is this Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde? No, we got to be consistent. We got to show up authentically, okay? And tell the truth. Because if you don't, you got to tell one lie to cover up another lie to cover up another lie. And then while you're doing all that, you done lost everybody because no, she's not credible, she's not trustworthy. And I'm not gonna follow anybody like that. They'll follow you right into the river. Okay? That's why I sent that out today. Keep your inner circle small. Okay? Because people will lead you down a blind alley and you don't even realize it. And then once you're down there, you turn around, you're down there by yourself. They done set you up. Okay? Don't fall for the okey doke. Okay? Keep your inner circle small because everybody is not for you. That's why my block list is close to 100. Because once I get a whiff that you are betraying me or you're not going to disrespect me, you got to go. Period. And we cannot allow that because we have too much that we need to do in this world, and we cannot allow anybody to stand in our way because we know the devil is busy. Okay? They will follow you into the river. Okay. Well, if I go into the river, you know it's for a reason. And I want to say, if anybody say that I cut them off, you say, yeah, she said she cut people off. I don't have a problem with it, but they're not allowed to come back over here and talk to me again, ever. Period. All right, that's over. But none of you guys are cut off. So that means that I cut them off for a reason, and I did. And I don't have to explain myself to anybody, and you don't either. Keep it moving. Okay? That's their problem. That's their issue because we over here doing good work. And if somebody over here trying to prevent us from doing that, then they deserve to go. They deserve to be blocked. Okay? I'm no block. I don't block people for no reason. Okay? Period. So if they got a problem with it, they can get over it. But don't come back over here because you're not welcome. Period. And that's where I'm at today. And that's where we have to be. We have to be selfish because people will come over and take advantage of our kindness, our time, uh, any resource that you're willing to give them for free. Well, the welfare office is. I'm gonna give you the address to the welfare office. It's not here. Okay. Period. And I'm like Nene Leaks. Don't come for me unless I call for you. Because if you come for me, that's not going to be pretty. Okay. And I just want to say, we setting up our communities. That's what we have to do in order to get psychological safety. Because if people don't feel safe, they are not going to open up. They're not going to tell you shit. I know I wouldn't. Because they can see that you are a wolf in sheep clothing. And who's going to trust that? I'm not. And I'm not going to follow anybody that their values and my values are not in alignment. No, we don't have nothing to talk about, period. Okay? Time is precious. Here today, we could be gone tomorrow. Remember that. Don't waste your time on things that are irrelevant. Okay? Stay on your path. We're going to work together. We'll figure it out. That's the whole point of the inner circle. Okay? That we can come together and help each other be great. We are already great. We just need maybe a little helping hand. We might just need a shoulder to cry on. We just need some safe space, so we can say whatever's on our mind, and we can feel that uh, that's going to be respected. It's going to be respected. Period. Because anybody out of line is going to be immediately blocked. We cannot tolerate any dissension, any drama, or anything that's taking us off our path. Okay? And I love each and every one of you guys. Okay? And we got this, and we got to keep moving forward regardless of who is with us or not. That's okay. That's okay. You got the replay. Okay? And you know, any given time, 8 to 10 people can be going live at one time. Thank God for the replay. Okay? So the information is gonna be out there, okay? This is evergreen material. I could be dead and gone tomorrow, but the information lives on. Okay? And anybody can come back and say, yes, my mama did this video. My grandma did this video. It'll last forever. So I hope. Okay? But anyway, make sure you have a backup and a backup to the backup, just in case. I don't trust the government. I worked for them for 39 years. Okay? They said if you can't beat them, join them. Okay, that's why that I did join them, and that's why I left when I did. Okay. So if you guys don't have any questions, I thank you very much for coming, and thank you for your time. I'll see you guys tomorrow at another live. Okay. I adore you too. All right. I adore all you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Take care.